The New York Auto Show is revving into high gear today, and Bloomberg Rewind anchor Matt Miller has been covering all the action, including the unveiling of Chrysler's new Dodge SRT Viper supercar. Matt standing by right now with the president and CEO of Chrysler's SRT brand. Matt?
Yeah, really high gear right now, Mark. I'm talking with Ralph Gilles. He is the head of the SRT group for Chrysler. He's also head of design for the entire Chrysler group here. Ralph, let me first ask you about this SRT Viper. It was such an iconic car, and then it died during the financial crisis. Why revive it, and what has it been like?
It's been amazing. It's been willed on. I mean, the Viper Nation, we call it, the owners really were writing me emails saying, when are you going to build a new car? Well, journalists even would come to me and ask. And the public, car lovers all over the world have been saying, when's the car coming back? To them, it was a matter of time. It wasn't whether we would or not. And so it kind of reminded us that, hey, we got to get our mojo back and build this car.
One of the things that surprised me, the Viper has been, it's a purist car, right? It's about brute force. It was a 600 horsepower car that didn't have traction control. You've boosted the horsepower, I think 640 now. Yes. It's got something incredible, like 600
pounds of torque.
But you do have now something like Chrysler traction control. You do have cruise control on it. You do have systems that you brought over from Ferrari because of course Fiat bought Chrysler.
Well, some of the things like that. A lot of that's technology that's openly available. They helped us more with the materials. We work carbon fiber shells. We use low volume suppliers that we hadn't really talked to before, like Sabelt. The seat is the same supplier that Ferrari uses. But that's about it. Most of it came right from Detroit. A lot of the team that's worked in the Viper in the past, many years of knowledge of what we can do better, and that's what we have. So,
but it's cool. I mean, the low volume thing, I was thinking sustainability right away, right? Yeah. Because Chrysler ran into problems. You were building a car like this with mass market tools, and now you've learned a lot from Fiat Group.
Yeah, so it's much more sustainable. We can actually make more customizable cars. But back to the issue of controlling the car, we found a way to have it both ways. So the electronics are there when you need them, and if you want the car the way it used to be, you push a few switches and you're right back to the raw and brute Viper that you know.
One of the cool surprises today, you're entering it into my favorite racing series, the American Le Mans series. It's going to compete with Corvette, Porsche, BMW, Ferrari. I mean, how important is that to the marketing?
It's hugely important. I mean, the audience we're hoping to go after watches that sport. It's almost exclusive. They love that motorsport. We're going to activate trackside and really get a conversation going with this crowd that we really haven't talked to in almost 10 years. We used to race in the Le Mans series and the Daytona Rolex 24, so we've had some successes in the past.
Hoping to win, I'm sure.
Always.
Let me ask you about Chrysler in general. I mean, you're in charge of design for the entire Chrysler group, not the Fiat side, but it's a brand that's made such an incredible resurgence. What do you attribute that to?
Sergio said it best, the American people, the workers. I mean, they really reached deep down inside to make this happen, and we're starting to just now see the payoff of all this work. I mean, the hard work started over 3 years ago, even a little bit before that. As soon as Sergio gave us the resources we needed, we just hit full stride, and it feels so good to see real sales. We're getting conquest people in our showrooms. Our dealers are like, we've never seen these people before. These are new people, new buyers to the brand, so it's really exciting.
You designed the Chrysler 300, which I think was the first real success since the Sebring, right? It's amazing to see what's happened since the 200, the Dart, the Challenger, which is my very favorite over here. What's next for Chrysler?
I think it's spreading the love. I think in the past we'd focus on one car too much and forget about the others. Now we're really mining all of them to make sure every brand gets its due, every brand gets what they deserve, and that's the beauty. You can't buy a bad car anymore from Chrysler, and I think the Dart is going to do really well. That's a whole new segment that we're going to go after in this compact car segment, so I couldn't be more excited.
It seems like you're focused on power, right, but efficiency is also important as we see gas climb over $4. How do you balance those two things? Because I think Chrysler's legacy is really one of power, of muscle, right?
Well, all of my SRT products, all the V8 cars actually have 4-cylinder mode. This year we introduced 4-cylinder mode capability, so the vehicle can cruise in 4 cylinders on the freeway all day long and get incredible. In all cases, they're 25% more efficient than their predecessors. So we've managed kind of the cake and eat it too thing. You can have performance and get efficient at the same time.
So how much does it cost me to get in on a new Viper? What are we talking?
We'll talk off camera.
Have you not given a price yet?
Not yet.
For the new car?
Yeah, we're going to announce pricing later this year. We're going to take care of our current base, but also we found a lot of owners would customize their cars on the outside. We're going to offer that from the factory.
I told our anchor Mark Crumpton I might bring him back a Challenger. You guys have seen a huge pickup in sales.
Yeah, we had our best month this month in March, and the car's been on sale over 3 years. We're still seeing a pickup. So there's a lot of people out there that love to motor. It's the elixir for them. getting a great car.
Got it. Hey, Ralph, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Ralph Gilles, head of the SRT group and head of design for all of Chrysler. Mark Crumpton, back to you.
Matt, before you go, I got to ask you, can you ask Mr. Gilles real quick, has he taken that 640 horsepower out for a spin yet?
Have you driven? Mark wants to know. Have you driven the Viper?
Yes, the prototype. Incredible. It's you don't even need traction control. Even with it off, it's much more fun to drive. You kind of wear the car now.
Because you want to spin the tires.
Yeah, and you can if
you want to make it smoke, basically.
But it's so much fun. I would give the keys to my mom and have no issue. It's that safe now, and as long as you don't do all that.
I wouldn't give the keys to my mom. All right, hey Ralph, thanks very much. So Mark, maybe we should try it out. Maybe you and I could get one for a weekend.
Matt Miller with the need for speed. And Mr. Gilles, thanks so much.